Greetings to all the viewers of Live English with Dr. Swati. Today I will be discussing about modal auxiliaries, or we even call them moods. So one by one I will be discussing what these moods are. You must be knowing about them. Can, could, may, might, must, ought to, will, would, shall, should. So these are all modal auxiliaries or the second important thing is semi moods or semi modals. They are used to, have to, dare to, need to. So we will be discussing them one by one, and in my coming up content you will be getting more about them. So stay tuned, stay with me, do subscribe my channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that you may get the notifications of my upcoming videos. So thank you. The first model is can. When we talk about this word can, it talks about ability, possibility, capacity, permission, and with verbs of perceptions like we can say see, hear, taste, smell, etc. Now, we will be talking about one at a time. If we just see the example of a capacity, like you can say, only he can do this. So, you are just talking about his capability. When you say about a possibility, like can it be she at this hour? Can it be she at this hour? So, there is a possibility, might be she is the one. You can go now. You can go now. When you give a permission for something, you say you can go now. And in terms of ability, you say I can teach English. I can teach English ability. And in terms of perception, we can say he can see with his own eyes. He can see with his own eyes. So you must remember in order to talk about a possibility, ability, capability, and permission, we make use of this word can. The other module is could, the past form of can. We use it as a past form. And if you could, like when you say if you could, like for example, if there is a question sentence, in terms of you can say, for example, could you help me please? Could you help me please? The answer could be no or yes. And in terms of request, when you want to place a request to somebody, we use this word could, like could you lend me your notes? Could you lend me your notes? And in the terms of past form, we will say he said that he could do it. He said that he could do it. So these are the examples of could. Our second model is may, M-A-Y, may. Now, may is used for permission, possibility, and wish. So, permission, like you say, may I go out? May I go out? In terms of wish, you can say, may you live long, live long. Or in terms of possibility, you say, it may rain tonight. It may rain tonight. The past form of may is might, and might is another mood. You say, like for past form we use might, for possibility we use might, for request and for suggestion. So example, we can quickly see the examples. She said that she might do it. She said that she might do it. So it's the past tense of may. The medicine might cure you. So there is a possibility that medicine might you. The medicine might cure you. And in terms of request, you can say she might do a favor to me. She might do a favor to me. Or in terms of suggestions, we say you might go now. You might go now. The other module is, of course, must, M-U-S-T. We all know that must talks about a future necessity, a future situation, and it talks about a desirability, it talks about a certainty, and it talks about a strong possibility. So when you make something compulsory or something mandatory, we use this word must. Like you say, in the terms of necessity, we say, you must do as you asked. You must do as you asked because it's the necessity. And desirability, he agreed that he must buy a car. He agreed that he must buy a car. In terms of certainty, we say, do not do it. Do not do it. You must be a loser. Do not do it, you must be a loser. And in terms of a strong possibility, we say, this must be your action. This must be your action. The other module is ought to, OUGHT, ought to. Now, in order to use ought to, we indicate duty or obligation, desirability, and probability. So, how we talk about ought to, we use to indicate duty or obligation, or desirability or probability. Like you say, he ought to go, he ought to do it just now. He ought to do it just now. It is your obligation. If you say, Agra ought to have one more city bus, Agra ought to have one more city bus, says bulky buses, you can say, so it is desirability. And the other module after this is will, WILL. So will talks about a future tense and it expresses intention or willingness, a habit, a general truth, a possibility, probability, a invitation, a request, and ability to do something. So pay attention. Future tense, it is used to express intentions or willingness, habit or general truth. It even talks about a probability, invitation, request, and ability to do something. Like you say, she will go there, it's a future. In terms of intention, we say, I will carry your books. Or in terms of general truth, you say, salt will dissolve in water. In terms of probability, you can say, this will be the postman, I think. This will be the postman, I think. In terms of request, we can say, will you accompany me, please? Will you accompany me, please? Or in terms of ability, we say, this medicine will cure the disease. This medicine will cure the disease. The past form of will is would, WOULD. Now, would is used to express wish, likelihood, past tense of will, intention, habitual, truth, polite request, etc. Like, for example, we can say, in terms of, you say, let her do what she could. Let her do what she could. In terms of past tense, we say, she said she would go there. She said she would go there. In terms of possibility, she would be 40. She would be post 40. So it's a possibility. In terms of habit, you say, my friend would sit in the garden for hours together. My friend would sit in the garden for hours together. And in terms of request, you can say, would you please come for a cup of tea? Would you please come for a cup of tea? The other word after this is shall. It is again a modal. We say for shall is again a future tense. It talks about will, intention, duty, command, obligation, official notice, and for seeking permission. So for future action, we say, we shall do it tomorrow. We shall do it tomorrow. You shall not do it. It's an intention. You shall not do it. In terms of command, no more work shall be done today. No more work shall be done today. In terms of legal notice, we say, members shall elect the chairman. Members shall elect the chairman. And in terms of permission, we say, shall we go there? And then comes the other past form of shall is should. So should express promise, strength, permission, information, duty, obligation, advice, suggestion, possibility, probability, etc. So you can say, for example, I said that I should do it. So the past of shall is I said that I should do it. You say that you won't do it. But I say you should. You say that you won't do it, but I say you should. So it's a kind of threat. And when you talk about duty, we should obey our parents. Or in terms of possibility, he should be in the room. He should be in the room. The semi models are used to, it talks about a habit, about a practice of the past. Need to talks about a necessity, which is a need, which is a necessity for somebody. You and dare to is another word. Dare to talks about the it's more in a negative form. It's more could be a interrogative form, and we make use of this word dare to or dare in order to find the habitual action is used to, necessity is need to, and dare is of course in terms of negativity, like you say, dare we interrupt him? Dare we interrupt him? How dare you come here? How dare you come here? You say, he used to work hard those days. He used to work hard those days. And in the same way, I used to live there when I was a boy. I used to live there when I was a boy and in need. Do you need to go now? Do you need to go now? I do not need to meet him. I do not need to meet him. So these are the few moods and models. I hope in my coming up lectures I will be discussing them more in detail with you. So do comment, do tell me about my content, understood it or not. You can share and subscribe my channel. Thank you for being